Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So hopefully you've seen my video on the Blink XT2 outdoor wireless cameras. They're great little systems, they're nice for the home, and they really help kind of have a little bit more peace of mind around the house. I've had those cameras for about a year now, still in the same batteries, running great. No real issues with the system itself. So when I heard that Blink was coming out with a new camera system priced at only $35, I had to pick it up. And here she is right here, the new Blink Mini. Now for that price point of only $35, you do get a lot of the same features you're used to with the Blink XT2 system. This is a much more compact camera, designed only for indoors with a wire, so there's no batteries on this one, and it's better for something you want to keep an eye on in the living room, keep an eye on the dogs, keep an eye on the kids, the kid room, whichever. It's just a great little indoor security system to have. But for $35, there's one small issue that you're going to run into, and we'll talk about that in a second. So let's bring her over to the table, take a closer look at what comes in the box, set her up, and then get some testing of the footage done. So let's take a look at the box and then look at the contents a little bit. So of course, Blink Indoor Plug-in HD Smart Security Camera. You'll see it has very similar options that the Blink XT2 has. So you have your day and night HD video settings, you have a two-way audio, motion detection, and of course plug-in, and it does work with Alexa. All right, again, kind of go over the features if you want to read through those a little bit. That's what it's going to look like when it's mounted up. A nice small compact mini indoor camera. All right, protect what matters day or night, right on your phone, right through the Blink app. So this should hook in right to the system if you're already running Blink cameras, and I'll show you guys how to set that up. All right, cloud storage and optional local storage coming soon. They're coming out with a new Blink storage hub, so you can go and have recordings saved right to an SD card with no monthly fees, and that is something to talk about. There is going to be a monthly fee with this camera for any cloud storage. All right, so we'll take a look at that, what it looks like set up with and without the cloud storage, and kind of see if you can swing it without paying or if it's worth just going with the cloud storage, whereas the Blink XT2 has cloud storage for free, as you might already know. And on the back here, you'll see the requirements listed right there. Of course, you need a mobile device, iOS, Android, or Fire OS. Of course, you need high-speed internet and a wireless network, 2.4 gigahertz at least. And then in the box, of course, you have your camera, stand, mounting screws, power adapter, USB cable. So let's go ahead, bust her open here. Nice packaging. Open her right up. Real simple. It's going to talk about right here, getting started. Download the Blink Home Monitor app. Plug in the camera in the app, add the camera, and follow the instructions. They have a little QR code. You can just open up your camera, especially if you have one of the more modern iPhones. You can just go ahead and open your camera up, and it will scan any QR code like this. All right, open it up here. Here's the camera itself. Nice swivel, good retention. I don't think I have a problem with that kind of coming loose at all. The ball does not come out, it looks like, so that's good. USB cable, gonna plug right in there. And it comes with your power brick, so that's good. Plug right in. And on the bottom here, some mounting screws. All right. So camera size wise, here are the two side by side. So we'll go ahead and get this mounted up. But let's first get the app out, set it up. So of course, as you know, I already have a few different cameras for the Blink set up, like backyard, driveway, kiddo's room. So if you saw that video before, you've already seen some of these. And if you don't have the app, go ahead and either use that QR code to find the app or go to your app store, look up the Blink app, download the app, set up your account, and then all you have to do now is plug in your camera. All right, you're gonna see some lights flashing right there. Hit the plus sign up here. You go ahead and choose which camera you're going to set up, the Mini. Now you're in a camera mode right here, and all you have to do is scan back the QR code, add to an existing system, home, plug in your Mini camera and wait for the lights to display blinking blue, green, steady. So we're already plugged in. Discover device, join its Wi-Fi, so it can find the camera and connect. So that's the camera's Wi-Fi. Not yours yet. Now I just entered my Wi-Fi information, and now you can see it's looking to update the firmware. It's searching for the camera. Took about 30 seconds for it to update the firmware, and now it says Mini camera added to home system. Done. And this is an awesome surprise. Actually, I had no idea how they were going to set this up, but you'll see here, because I already have the Blink XT2 it says you're a valued existing customer, you have free cloud storage, so it's going to loop right into your system. So if you just bought this camera by itself, you don't have an existing Blink camera system, you may have to pay for that updated cloud storage subscription, but right now it looks like this is included in my X-T2, so you might actually be better off just getting at least one X-T2 camera, then getting this for an additional camera to add to the system. But we'll still talk about subscription options here in a minute. You'll see in the settings of the camera itself, you can change the name of your camera to whatever you need it to be. You can go ahead and turn motion detection on or off. You have activity zones to select which zones you want to actually sense activity on or off with the motion sensor. You have a retrigger time, how often the camera resets and records another clip, because this is clip based, all right, just like the X-T2. And of course, without the batteries, you don't have to worry about having long clips. So you could do 60 clip, up to 30-second clips, and then reset that every 60 seconds, reset it every 10 seconds. So if it's a long activity going on, like over a few minutes, you'll see that it'll be 30-second clips, and then after 10 seconds, it'll record another 30-second clip. Right here in the middle here is the sensitivity to the motion sensor. Over here, it'll say end clip early if motion stops, so you can go and cut that down, or you can record the entire thing, depending on what you're trying to see. If you're seeing the dog jump on the couch and he's not supposed to, you want to see when he gets off, whatever it is. So this right here is brand new. It's in beta right now, early notifications. It's actually allowing you to get pinged as soon as a motion happens, whereas the older system would actually only ping after the clip stopped recording. So you'll know that you could be 30 seconds of a delay from when the motion happens, the clip finishes, and then it finally hits your phone. So with this early notification, that's a nice new feature that you just added. Video recording enabled. Down here, you have your auto controls, IR intensity. We're going to test this out a little bit. I'm going to put it back down to low because apparently what happens is if you go high on these cameras, their IR emitters are not that great. And the night vision, as you saw in my X-T2 camera footage, is just okay. Whereas I think with this indoor camera, we'll test here in a second with the night vision enabled microphone, speaker volume, you have the two-way audio as well. You have your quality if you want to do as good as you want, or standard. If you do have a high res, it might affect your night vision as well, so just know that. Flip video, depending on how your camera is, if your camera is upside down or not. Down here, you see your updates, status LED. You can go ahead, and this is actually nice, you can go ahead and keep it off, so that will allow it to have no lights on when it's recording, kind of in stealth mode, so you don't have to have a bunch of bright lights, especially if you're in the kids' room. You'll know that there. And of course, one more thing to know about the kid room is, and we'll test it out with this one, when a video starts recording, these actually activate with a kind of a slight click to them, and we'll test that out, but it's something kind of a little bit worried about if you put it in a kid's room to kind of do like a night monitor. Just know that if they're really sensitive to clicks or noises like that, this might be too loud for them, so we'll test that out. And of course, you see delete camera and all the other information on your Wi-Fi. So let's go ahead and get this mounted up, test the footage, and kind of see how this camera is holding up. So here's our Blink X-T2 that we've had in the kids' room for a while now, almost a year, and it's held up great, works great. With the wire connected to it, you don't have to worry about the wireless capability. It can just run off the power, and you have the backup battery in there as well. But of course, you can just run off the battery if you choose. All right, same exact ball mounting system as the indoor camera has. And you just go ahead, push it back on, clicks into place, and you're back in business. So what I want to do is put the new mount on right here, kind of test out, put it right there. That way we can test both cameras, daylight and night setting, to kind of test out the cameras, see how they compare, because the price point is so different. All right, so here's the mount right here. This of course is designed to go on a bookshelf or a nightstand or wherever you want it, right? So that you can have it kind of setting there, maybe underneath a TV or something, have something to keep an eye on things. But you can also go ahead and pop this outer ring off like so, and that reveals the two screw holes. So you can pop them into a wall like that, or if you have a stud, you can go up and down, pop them into a stud like that. And of course this camera is light enough, it won't really matter, but that's nice to have. And then there is a little hole here for the wire from behind the camera to go in and out, so it's flush with the wall, either up or down. So let's go ahead, just put this in the wall right here for now, just for testing and test her out. And if she does compare, I'll probably switch these cameras out, put this somewhere else, because it's nice to have the wireless camera. Maybe put it outside somewhere. Let's go ahead, pop this in on here. These are the screws it came with. And you would probably want to run this into a stud, make it nice and level. Of course, it's just going to be temporary for me right now. Cover goes over like so. All right, and you do have a 6-foot cable to play with. Here she is right here. Oh, in fact, you know what I missed? Oh, so satisfying. Speaker is right there. Microphone is right there. IR is in there as well, and your activation lights. There you go. Real easy, real lightweight. You can see where that wire would go, hiding underneath the base like so. And you can swivel this nice and far down. But of course, with the wire on the bottom, just like this with the wire in it, on the bottom, it only goes down so far. But you can see how high it can go. Left, right. And it's pretty stationary. It's light enough where that ball mount doesn't have to worry about that kind of loosening up and this weighing it down. So let's go ahead, angle these about the same, and test them out. So this is the Blink XT2. I'm right about 5 feet away, kind of going at about 8 feet right now. And you can kind of see with just a overhead light on, just daylight settings, what you're looking at for camera quality, for microphone quality. So if you need to listen through, if you need to listen to a little guy sleeping and kind of make sure he's okay, this is kind of what you're going to be working with the XT2. And this is the new Blink Mini, again, 5 feet away, backing up to about 8 feet away. So this is kind of what you're going to expect with the same exact overhead lighting, kind of same daylight setting. So let's go ahead and test out what the night vision looks like on both of these cameras, kind of get you a feel for the difference there. So this is the Blink XT2, again in low light now. Night vision, you can see I'm back about 8 feet away again. It's sort of the end of the day now, so it's not quite dark enough outside where it's totally pitch black in here, but it's dark enough where the IR is picking up the low light setting. And you can see how it looks and sounds with the same exact kind of setting. We're at a medium setting for the IR right now. So let's go ahead and test out the new Blink Mini as well. And now the Blink Mini with the high IR setting. So you'll see it might actually do some washout, but you can kind of compare between the low, medium, high settings for the IR, and of course compare the overall footage to the XT2. And I know you can't see much because it is dark in this room right now, but the Mini is on the left and the Blink XT2 is on the right. So let's listen to the Blink Mini click when the night vision goes on, because it only clicks when night vision goes on for either one of these cameras. So let's listen in. So that was the Blink Mini going off on the last clip and then resetting. That was the Blink Mini. And that was the Blink XT2. Very subtle clicks, but it is noticeable. So when you look back on your app, you'll see all the video clips piling up right there. There is a limited amount of video room you have. All right, but that little red notification is another issue I have with the app. You can't just get rid of those, all right? You have to delete footage or individually view every one of these to make that number go down, kind of like when you see that red indicator on other mailboxes or other apps like that. But once you click that, you can see all your clips here. So you'll see the clips you just saw. You can mute them right here. All right, and then you can go ahead and you can see how you can set up auto delete to kind of clear up some room, because you do have a limited amount of space up there in the cloud when you get your subscription, if you don't already have the free subscription with the Blink XT2 camera system, and you can kind of scroll through all of your different clips. All right, so that's kind of nice. And of course you'll see you can drag the clips to fast forward or rewind what you want. If you tap the screen, you can pause, you can shoot over to a live view, you can skip to next clip, close, duration, delete right there, or the share button. That share button you can click, you can share it on any platform, you can email the video clip to yourself, you can save it to your phone, you can send it over to Facebook, you can do it over to Twitter, whatever you want to do, typical share option right there. So I was just checking the camera information on Amazon to kind of get an idea on what the new subscription plan will be. And you'll see right here that Blink comes with a subscription plan until December 31st, 2020. So you'll get the cloud storage for free with a trial if you get this $35 camera anyways. But you'll see after that, You'll be able to record and save all video clips to the cloud, view them right on the Blink app, and then after your trial, you have the subscription of $3 per month or $10 for unlimited cameras. So $3 per month per camera or $10 a month for unlimited cameras. That is reasonable compared to other paid platforms and other paid cameras like that. And of course, coming soon, local storage. We don't know too much about that yet, but it's going to be something where the USB flash drive via the Blink Sync Module 2. So we don't have that out yet, but that's kind of neat to have because a lot of you guys also want to make sure you have your footage not only in the cloud, but something kind of physical in your house stored on maybe a USB flash drive that you can go ahead and take with you or keep in case you actually need to review the footage and something happens to your phone or something happens with the app. That's kind of interesting. You do get the free trial, and of course it looks like with the X-T2 you already get the free trial for a while, so that's nice. Now if you don't have the actual cloud storage, what you're going to do is basically you can't view the footage, and what you're going to do is you're going to get a notification of a motion, and you'll need to look at the live footage and maybe take a screenshot, and they do probably send you a little notification screenshot, but there's no way to tell since everyone has the trial right now, but that's how other systems work. They'll send you a little screenshot of what's happening, and then you can view on the live camera, talk two-way through the camera to let someone know, hey, get off my property, or whatever that is, whatever's happening. So you'll lose that. You'll lose typically the zones in the app that you'll see. We can zone out where you don't want motion to occur. So you'll lose that. If you wanted to block a street out, you'll need to make sure you have the cloud storage subscription. But other than that, you get all the nice features of the camera that come with it. So for 35 bucks, it's a pretty fair deal, even without the cloud storage. It's something we can check in on live footage and get alerts. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this review on the Blink Mini security camera system. Honestly, these little cameras are just a great entry-level option if you're looking just to get some home security, and the indoor-outdoor camera options they have with the X-T2 for the wireless systems or this new Blink Mini are just great affordable options to kind of figure out what you want to do for home security and just an extra level of protection in your house there. And whether you really want to take these as a serious security system or if you're just looking to do almost like a baby monitor or a pet monitor, I mean, for 35 bucks, even without a cloud subscription for that cloud storage, the live feed alone really makes that worth it, and you have the two-way audio capabilities as well. So that's a nice option, and you can't really buy a baby monitor for less than that kind of price. So that's kind of worth it right there as well. So if you guys are interested at all, I'll put links down below for you so you can kind of go right over to Amazon and pick either one of those camera systems up. And of course, leave me a comment below, or if you have any questions at all, I'll be happy to answer them. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, make sure you head on over to Instagram, follow us there, like us on Facebook for all the latest and greatest deals on the internet, and I'll see you guys in the next review.